from the media.
Okay, just incredible feeling. Great thrill of victory, great thrill of winning. Wonderful, wonderful feeling of winning. It's what our team had planned for, hoped for, worked for, most importantly, and they stayed with it the entire time. It was incredible performance, and we're just going to enjoy this one. We're going to enjoy this one for a few days. Team will have a week off, but our mind will get on a one-track mind to move on in the playoffs and find out who we're going to play, and then team still has more goals to accomplish.
Please raise your hand, and we'll get a microphone to you right here.
Hey, Coach. Your defense, a few turnovers today. Could you talk about the overall effort, including that guy to the left of you right now?
Just a playmaker. When a play has to be made, when the magic needs to happen, Mikey makes it happen. It's been game after game, especially down the stretch here. These final 4 games, he's just been a stalwart. And sometimes he intercepts. He makes the big hit. He makes the big hit and the fumble, caused fumble. Just an incredible player, and he does it by always being in the right place, where he's supposed to be, playing the right technique at all times, leading other guys to do the exact same thing. But he also does it as a superior athlete, and when that combination comes together, superior athlete and a guy that does everything right, it's fun to watch. And glorious win, glorious defensive performance. Just tremendous, lights out. 3 and outs, I think were maybe 4 on the game. Then one first down and out. Incredible. Shutout. How many turnovers were there? 3 or 4? 3 plus the 4 fourth down stops. And that's like 7 turnovers. And giving the ball to the offense in great position, and so just spectacular. Blake, congratulations on tying the Michigan all-time scoring record for touchdowns, and congratulations to Mikey, MVP.
Congratulations to you, Coach. Welcome back.
Well, appreciate it.
Felt great.
I never
having
left.
him back. never left, but it was great having your presence on the side.
Question right here in front, Mike.
If Jim and Blake and Mikey, if you could all talk about what the significance, I guess it's the first time 3 outright championships in the Big Ten. Talk about that significance, if each of you could.
Blake, we'll start with you.
Start with me. It feels great. I didn't know we were the first, 3 and out, but, to have 3 back-to-back Big Ten championships, it's a wonderful feeling. We've kind of changed the narrative, how people look at Michigan, and so, back-to-back, it feels great, but like I always say, like Kobe Bryant said, the job's not finished. We set these goals at the beginning of the season, and we hold ourselves to such a high standard. We must accomplish those goals. And today was a great stepping stone, but like Coach said, we're going to enjoy this one. We're going to enjoy this one, and and then we'll get back to the drawing page. But it means a lot to go back-to-back.
Mikey?
It just feels great. Like, guys like me and Blake, like this is what we came back for, to have this success with this team. Like the brotherhood that this team has is one that, I wouldn't give it up for anything in the world. And, this team's, going down in history. And, the way we go about our goals is you put everything into the next goal. And, there's more work to put in. There's more ways to get better. But, like Coach is probably going to say it. I'm going to say it first before he says, the worm has turned around here.
I was just about to say that.
Yep. But, and Blake just said it as well. Like, the narrative's changed. But, for some odd reason, people look at Michigan, they'll say, we don't, play whoever, we don't deserve to be wherever we are. But, as we say, the only things that matter is what happens inside of Schembecker Hall.
Jim, do you want to?
Yeah, you took the words out of my mouth. I mean, really, look at this whole group, and JJ, Blake, Mikey, so many others. The worm has turned, and these are the guys. I mean, these Michigan football players, when you look back at the history of Michigan football, wrote the book on getting the worm to turn. And a worm's pretty slippery. That thing can start wiggling back and forth and turning back on you. But, I mean, these guys also, they put a hook in it. The hook got put in the worm, and they've written the book on how to do it. It wasn't that long ago we were saying, we're gonna do this, or we're gonna die trying. And they just give everything they got. That's all we ask them, is to give it their very best. But they give everything they have on a daily basis. And I got to pull guys back. I never have to talk them in. The amount of guys that were, playing through something tonight, playing with something, could have easily taken a knee, didn't. I heard Mike B say it the other day. Something just really resonated with me. I'm just ready to go out there and die. We never ask them to do that. Just go out and give it your very best and give us everything you got. And every guy in this team does it that way, and not just on game days. It's every day. How's it feel to you, JJ?
It feels great, obviously, to be back and do it again, just like Blake, Mikey, and Coach hit on. This was one of our goals, and it just feels great to accomplish it. But, the way I'm feeling personally is I need to get better. We need to get better as offense and really focus in on the little things. And, it's going to be a great month of preparation.
Right here in front.
Jim, and any of the players you want to answer, but could you kind of sum up your thoughts, feelings, being on stage, watching the commissioner hand you guys the Big Ten championship trophy?
Coach?
Oh, yeah, wonderful, wonderful, wonderful. Just a wonderful feeling of winning, great thrill of victory. That's how many more people can we get up here on the stage? They said it was pretty fortified, so keep bringing them up, and it's where we wanted to be. It's what we hope for, what we work so hard for, and then it happened. It's like kind of pinch yourself, but the way our defense was playing, the gutty performance, another gritty one by our offense, and then the special teams. James Turner kicking the 4 field goals, Samaj Morgan with the big punt return, just so good. You never know exactly who's gonna be the guy. Who's gonna make the play. These three, they do it every week, but there's always somebody else that gets in there as well. Kenneth Grant had a dominating game. Mm-hmm. So did Mason Graham and Chris Jenkins, Cam Good. Those interior guys, the edge guys were incredible. But these three every week. It's every week. These are the three guys, and then it's always a multitude of other guys that step up and make the magic happen.
Back here in the back.
Hey, Coach, Kyle with Sports Report Media. How special is this for you, especially in the town? Your name's up there on the stadium, but also you earned the title captain comeback here. How special is this for these guys and for you tonight?
It's the most special. I've gotten to the point in my life where I don't know when this happened. It was a while ago, a couple decades ago, where it's not about me. It had plenty of success, but that your players can know what it likes to be a champion, that their families can know what it's like to be a champion. For my wife, my kids to have their dad be a champion, for my parents to have their son be a champion, that's the great thrill. Friends, and most especially, my kids, they know what it's like their dad's a champion, and mostly the players, that they get to feel what it's like to be a champion, and that's a beautiful, wonderful thing.
Right here, right in front.
couple questions here. First for Blake. I mean, have you heard from many former Michigan players at all after tying the record? And for Jim, at what point did you realize that Blake tying and potentially breaking this career rushing record was a possibility?
Blake?
No, I haven't heard from any former, running backs. I mean, Coach Hart, obviously, that's my guy. But in terms of like Anthony Thomas or anyone, no, I haven't. I haven't even checked my phone, so, I definitely might. But, it feels great, just being up there with the greats. The greats, that's something I wanted to do when I came here. Obviously, I wanted to be a great football player, but I just wanted to, honestly, just leave an impact on and off the field, just be a great person, and I feel like I've done that, but there's obviously more to do. But, I haven't heard from anyone.
Coach?
I just think just how proud James Corum has to be. He's such a great man, such a good friend, and everything that he poured in to Blake, the discipline, the work ethic, the toughness. Blessed from mom, dad, and God with the DNA. But yeah, that's kind of where my mind goes. I mean, what it'd be like to be Blake's dad, and JJ's dad, Jim McCarthy, he's got to be, Carlo and Ray Sainristil, I mean, gosh, you guys have made your parents so incredibly proud.
Before the year, did you think Blake had a chance at getting this record?
Did you think Blake had a chance at the record? Question.
Yeah, there's nothing I don't think Blake can do. No matter, what people tell you can't do, you just go back and think of all the things that you have done to get you this far. So, that's the way these guys were raised by their parents, and I get to watch it daily, weekly, monthly, yearly with these guys. I mean, pretty much everything I said about them, is now everybody knows, and that's such a sweet thing, just really sweet and good.
For the record, I hosted Blake as a recruit.
He did. He did.
Okay, over here. Yep.
Who's your host? I think it was me, right?
It was you. We went to the movies. I don't remember.
And we were at that bouncy place too. We were at the bouncy place.
Yeah.
I don't know if that's still there anymore.
It was Don't Breathe. Don't Breathe. That's what it was.
All right.
So with the blind guy, the army guy.
That's right.
For the transcriptionist, that was Mikey. So go over here.
For Jim, and then if a player wants to answer too, you've been up here 3 times now, and you always talk about the next step and what's next. Does it feel any different now, this 3rd time, and what comes next? You feel you're better prepared or whatever?
Coach, we'll start with you.
That's for me?
Yep.
Oh, man, I don't have a great answer for that. You guys got a good answer for
JJ?
In my eyes, I look at it as, acts like you've been there before. Coach Harbaugh always hits on that, just like scoring your first touchdown like you scored your 100. And I feel like, we scored our 100 today, just being able here to go out there and, win for a 3rd time. It's just like we've been here before, and we're ready to move on and get better.
Yeah, I would just say, just to add, I mean, to me it feels 10 out of 10 happy, like it did last year and like it did in 21. I can't remember, where was it? Oh, yeah, after the 21 game, I mean, I lost my wallet, and on my way to see Colston Loveland, to make a home visit to see him, and I was kind of bummed that I lost my wallet, but then I woke up, and we're Big Ten champions. That I don't care about my wallet. Yeah. And that's how I woke up last year. That's when it really sinks in to me. So it'll probably really sink in tomorrow when I wake up. I mean, just if I lose my wallet, my phone, whatever it is, I mean, we're Big Ten champions. It's an amazing feeling. 10 out of 10. 10 out of 10 happy.
Right here.
For Jim and for the players, I saw Zach Zinter again wheeled out of the tunnel and then going to see him go out on crutches for the coin toss. I'd love to get reaction from all four of you of his presence there today, how much that meant to you.
Mikey, you want to start with you?
Yeah, Zach's a big piece of this team. And he's not a woe is me guy, even though he's hurt right now, but he's still gonna lead. And it felt great to have him out there. It felt great to see him. And I know me as a captain, the other guys will probably say it as well. Like, that's somebody that guys on this team turn to. His words mean a lot, and his actions speak for itself.
JJ.
Yeah, just like Mikey said, just his presence in general, being a leader on our team, does so much for us because he just, enlivens all of us to go out there and do our best and play for him. And when Coach made this game, for him, we were doing it for him. It just brought another level of urgency and, motivation to go out there and do it for him.
Blake?
Yeah, seeing my guy Zach out there meant a lot, because he didn't have to. He just got out of surgery last week. I bet you he was still in pain. But he did it for the team, and so therefore we did it for him. So just seeing him go out there on the coin toss, on crutches, on the sideline, like you said, just his presence, just everything he brings to the team. Like, he doesn't have to say much. Just him being there, means a lot. And I definitely miss my guy on the field. But like I said, like I told him, like, it's just a minor setback, man. Like, you're going to come back better than ever. And I truly believe that. But, Zach's one of the guys that came back, just like Mikey, just like myself, for what we call unfinished business, and he's still here. He's still here, and he's with the team, and, he still brings a lot to the team, even though he might not be able to be on the field pulling and blocking and, protecting JJ and myself. But, his presence, it means a lot to us, and he's still there. He's still on the ride, and, I'm blessed to have Zach.
Coach, anything to add?
Yeah, I would just add, it's incredible just how he was. I mean, after he got hurt and the whole team lined up, and I've seen it. I've seen it go one of two ways. I mean, you rally around your teammate, or the other thing is, just incredible sadness and worry. I've seen a teammate get seriously hurt in high school and in college and in pro ball. It's sad. But and he was in great pain too. I know what it's like to have a bone broken because they rub together, until they can get it really stabilized and isolated and get some kind of, pain medication in you. Those bones are rubbing together. That's a pain you have never felt before. Just how tough and stoic he was, and signaling his team, and that's what he said at at the hospital was he was gonna make it here. Hey, if it's possible, we'd love to bring that to life, and he was here. Just like he said. Yesterday was a super long day for him with the flight and moving around and everything, and yeah, the team wanted to dedicate to the game to him. What do we got to do when we dedicate a game to somebody?
Gotta win.
Gotta win.
Gotta win it. Gotta win it. And they did. And they wanted him to accept the trophy at the podium. So just to see all those things come to life is beautiful.
We'll take a couple more. Raise your hands, please, right back here.
I guess this would be for anybody who wants to answer it, but earlier Coach Harbaugh had said it wasn't that long ago where he said we're going to try real hard or we're going to die trying to be up on this stage. 3 years in a row now, can you put into words what the journey has been like over the last 3 years with the fight and coming together and all the joy?
JJ, we'll start with you.
It's been beautiful, just tremendous blessing to be able to be a part of it. Through all the ups and downs, through all the peaks and valleys, there's nobody I'd rather go to war with every single day than these guys right here and be led by anybody else but Coach Harbaugh. And it's just been so much fun, so many valuable learning lessons just about life, just about, being a better man came from all the 3 years. I'm just extremely honored to be a part of it, and, I can't wait to see where it goes.
Mikey?
This team is just constantly maturing, getting better as men every single day. And, you know, it's been a process, but it's been a very great process, a learning process, learning experience. You know, and I don't think that you could paint a better picture, but the picture also isn't done being painted. And, you know, I can't wait to, you know, continue this journey with these guys. And, you know, Coach says he can't have it any better than he has it better than nobody when it comes to players. And, you know, as a player, I don't think, you know, I can have it any better than a coach like Coach Harbaugh, you know, who loves us, you know, as his sons. And, you know, when you have a coach who, you know, loves you in that way, you're able to, as a player, then love, you know, your coach as well as love your players with that. You know, we're direct reflections of how Coach Harbaugh treats us.
We're going to take a couple more right here.
This question is for Blake. Just with you personally, your journey to get here last year, your absence, and then, of course, being the touchdown king for tonight. So just kind of talk about that journey and trying to face the adversity and get through that to be back here tonight.
Yeah, it was a beautiful journey, a journey that taught me a lot of things about myself. You know, I remember on December 2nd last year, you know, I was going into surgery. You know, it was probably around this time, you know, California time, but, you know, going just how a whole 365 can change, you know what I'm saying? So it was a beautiful journey. You know, I went through some trials and tribulations. I found myself again, and I became a better man on and off the field. But to be back out here, you know, with my guys, you know, it felt great. You know, it felt great. And, you know, it's been a heck of a journey, but the journey's not over. And, you know, I'm super excited to see what this next month has to offer, this next game has to offer, because I know it's going to be glorious. I know it's going to be great. But to summarize everything, you know, what I've been through from last year to now, it's been beautiful, you know, and I wouldn't change nothing in the world for it.
Yeah, I would just add, you know, JJ McCarthy, said it before, I mean, I would follow him to hell and back. And again tonight,
Likewise.
He made throws. The one throw he made, and then it got called back for a holding call, and some other great throws. And you know, uncharacteristically, we had some drops, and uncharacteristically, we had you know, some protection issues. But and that things that we'll work on, and definitely Zach, you know, was mixed, and you know, just. But I mean, never hung his head, never like got on anybody. You know, he's just got this demeanor, and the more you hit him, the more he's just motivated to come back, which is amazing. Plus, he's 20 years old, and you know, look at some of the. I think he's the best quarterback in the country. Some will argue, but I mean, he's got to be the youngest of the best. I mean, see some other guys that are, you know, reclassified and been around for forever, but he's just a kid. He's a 20-year-old kid doing the things that he's done, and the record he has speaks for itself.
Mm-hmm.
But the things you don't see behind the scenes, you see the talent, but you know, just the toughness and the dedication, you know, that he has for the team is unmatched. And Mikey, you know, we've been talking about, you know, I think I mentioned it. My brother, we watched the Maryland game together, and he was blown away by Mikey and how he played, and gave me a line spike to give to Mikey, which I did, and gift from my brother. And then after the Ohio State game, he told me how much he's shooting up the draft boards. But what they don't know is what Mikey will bring to your team, you know, from a leadership standpoint. It's a smile that's infectious. You know, it's the accountability, you know, that he holds himself to and holds others to. You know, it's just so elite. And Blake, you know Blake, and I think you know. I mean, how good of a player he is, but he's that good of a person as well, on and off the field. I mean, is rock solid of a guy. You know, I remember being around guys and myself. You know, you make mistakes when you're that age, and he's never made a mistake. He's never said a negative word. He's the most positive, hardest working, you know, best guy, you know, that anybody could coach. So it's just a a thumbnail sketch. When I say it's like a walk in the park coaching these guys, you know, and who could possibly have it better than I do? You know, the answer to that is nobody, because the kind of people they are.
Well, I'll tell you this: I wouldn't want to play for anyone else, Coach.
Yeah.
Love you, Coach.
Nobody.
Love you guys.
Love you too,
guys.
Coach. Love you too.
We're going to take one more, Coach, right here.
This one's for Blake and JJ. Jim just a few minutes ago alluded to, maybe some things on offense that you might want to work on or look for. How do you feel and rate your performance this game, and do you feel that you left any meat on the bone as an offense?
Blake, we'll start with you.
Yeah, first of all, Iowa has a good defense. Let's not act like, Iowa.
What are they, fourth in defense and seventh in scoring, or seventh?
They're up there.
Yeah, or vice versa, right? It's fourth in defense, seventh in scoring, or fourth in scoring and seventh in defense. That's a dang good defense.
Great defense. Now we made some mistakes. You know what I'm saying? Obviously, I wish I would have ran a little better. We had drop passes, pass pro. So there's just all things, we can clean up. You know what I'm saying? But we have a month now. We have a month to get guys healthy. We have a month to watch a lot of film. We have a month to practice a lot. So we have time. But we can't waste our time, but we have time. So today's performance, it wasn't our best, but there's nothing better than winning. It got the job done. Like I said, shout out to the defense, special teams. But like I said, Iowa's defense was good, but we have things to clean up.
JJ?
Yeah, Blake just said it all. He couldn't have said it any better. But, me personally, I just need to do better at, staying in the pocket, not moving too early, and, trusting my receivers downfield all the time. And, just back to the drawing board. Like Blake said, that was a great defense, and can't wait to learn from a great defense. And, we'll get better from it and, continue to tighten things down and make us, the most dominant offense we could be.
Thanks.
JJ, you didn't make a mistake out there tonight. There wasn't one play where you made a mistake.
That Husky throw I want back.
Maybe the one you could have run on where you threw to Roman.
Yeah.
On the incompletion, but that was it. It was near perfect performance.
Appreciate that, Coach.
And Blake, that goal line run from the 6-yard line, that was a great run.
No, appreciate it, Coach.
That was the best 6-yard run I've ever seen. All right,
All right,
appreciate you guys.
Thanks.
Thank you, guys.
Have a great weekend.
Thanks, Coach.